with a fighter like Devin, he has an arsenal. I like to say a warehouse full of tools. You know what I mean? And we brought out the package that stops them from doing anything. We shut them down. As the perfect dance partner, the perfect opponent, the perfect adversary for anybody, your favorite fighter, your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. We're ready. It's Devin Haney versus everybody.
Hey, where the hell Debo at? Oh, that shit. Where Devin? Where Debo at? So-called Debo. Where Devin at? Where Debo? You ain't see him? Hot man. Debo! Hey, Debo! Where the hell you at, man? What you doing? Where is Debo? He's looking for you. We on the block. Debo got hit with a brick. Y'all already know how it's coming. Yeah. Debo, where you at? He's scared of this brick.
But I am going to tell you, he is the baddest guy in boxing, period. He's pound for pound number one to me.
Bill Haney didn't mince words after Keyshawn Davis publicly called out Devin Haney, turning the exchange into a major talking point across the boxing world, as he fired back by questioning Davis's readiness at the elite level and accusing him of chasing attention instead of properly earning a shot through proven competition.
The same thing that we talked about we were going to do in the DM before you picked Jermaine. Promise? Remember,
you promised. You're the promoter.
Well, I got your, listen, in the DMs, I got your word on it. All right, just stand on it. Good luck, handle that business, okay?
The tension between Team Haney and Keyshawn Davis intensified even more following Bill Haney's controversial remarks, as he appeared to mock certain fighters during a recent exchange and suggested that fans would be foolish to put their money behind them.
Is it me? Or is it every Hispanic or Latin fighter that Debo pulls up on starts to become a comedian? I mean, we started with Subriel Matias. I mean, he was on Jokey Joke, comedian time. Teofimo Lopez, comedian. Rolly Romero, comedian. Ryan Garcia, comedian. And not Sanders Zayas, Jokey Joke. I'm asking the Latino community that represents so much in this boxing, and that everything gets so jokey joke. And how long you gonna stand for that? They say everything except let's fight.
The comments quickly went viral and sparked heavy criticism, with many fans calling them unnecessary trash talk that crossed the line, prompting Keyshawn Davis to respond immediately by positioning himself as the man ready to challenge Devin Haney and prove his point inside the ring.
So-called Debo. You know what happened to Debo at the end of the movie? He got hit with a brick. Debo might get hit with a brick. Talk some Latins and Spanish people. Nah, don't pick on them. Pick on me. Keep picking on Craig, and you're gonna figure out what's gonna happen. You're gonna get hit with a brick. And I ain't playing. You know I ain't playing. Hit with a brick. hit. Belt. So organic, so genuine. Pick on me. I want you to pick on me. Tell Debo come this way. What you talking about? You know what Craig did to him.
Keyshawn Davis says discussions are already in progress and believes a fight with Devin Haney is on course for 2026, potentially setting up a long-anticipated matchup that many fans have been eager to see.
Devin said, let's do it. I know he's dealing with some legal issues. I don't know what happened. He said he had to turn himself in, but I believe he tweeted Keyshawn, let's do it.
You said that?
Yeah, I believe he tweeted something like that.
Yeah. Bill was in my DMs. We already was talking about it, honestly, before he even hit the media. So I know it's going to happen.
And you're good going straight to Devin in your first fight at 47?
Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney have been connected by long-standing tension, with Davis claiming Haney never showed him respect from their early days and has consistently underestimated him, believing Haney never viewed him as a serious threat.
What's the situation with you and Dad?
Yeah, I never f with Cuz.
Why?
Because Cuz never f with me.
On what tip?
Bro, it was like times where like, bro, it was times where like me, I was always around Shakur as an amateur and shit. And Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all that type of shit. So there's a hell of times around Devin Haney and we 24 fitness, playing basketball, regular shit before niggas became celebrities type, which is who we are today. And Nick just never even looked me in my eyes. Never showed me respect. Like, Shakur always like, yo, this nigga Keyshawn, this, that, third. He be like, for real? That's still a kid. And like, he just never gave me respect.
He sent you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, big ass nigga, you know goddamn well. Now I'm here. And everything Shakur been saying, nigga, I lived up to it and then some. What you talking about? And he's still, like, his father it's crazy because beginning of my professional career, his father used to be like, oh, the businessman. What's up with you? Like that.
Tank Davis's coach Kenny Ellis weighed in on the potential matchup, acknowledging that Keyshawn Davis is a highly talented fighter but arguing that it's still a bit too early for him to face Devin Haney, stressing that the gap isn't about skill but experience, as Haney has logged far more championship-level rounds, which is crucial at the elite level of boxing, leading Ellis to predict a Haney decision win based on outboxing Davis through superior ring control, activity, and scoring ability. While adding that he doesn't currently see Davis knocking Haney out and believes the real difference lies in Haney's ring IQ and long fight experience rather than raw talent.
Devin Haney at 33.
Yeah, I think he should get a couple more rounds in before he go at Devin Haney. But if he feel like he can take him, let him get at him. Let him get at him.
Are you looking at him more like that 12-round experience type deal?
Yeah.
Getting rounds in?
Get some rounds in. Get some rounds in.
When you listen to and then there's back and forth going with it too. Devin saying that he would like to fight the little brother before the big brother. What's your thoughts on that? I think there was a tweet saying that Shakur, I don't want to step on Devin Haney's toes. I'm gonna let Keyshawn get Devin Haney. A lot of people had lots to say about it. They're saying that they're breaking down the rankings with two to three different people, friends type of deal, taking each other's work. Keyshawn wanted Tio. Now, Shakur got Tio. But now, because I took that work, I want you to go get Devin Haney. He's saying Devin Haney might be a little bit too big for him. What's your thoughts on Keyshawn's call out and all this talk?
Let him give him what he wants. Let him go at Devin Haney.
Keyshawn Davis didn't hold back when talking about a potential fight with Devin Haney, openly questioning Haney's punching power and overall threat level, arguing that even after moving up from 135 pounds Haney hasn't shown the kind of strength that forces opponents to be cautious, and claiming that Haney relies more on technique, movement, and winning rounds on points, an approach Davis believes wouldn't be enough against him.
He's superstar.
You asking that question, I felt like that's what it was. But go ahead.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, I'm ready to fight anybody. So I'm going for the stars. And I know Devin Haney is the same fighter from when he was at 35. He's the same fighter when he was at 40. Now he's at 40. So he ain't nothing changed. But his weight, you know what I'm saying? I will knock Devin Haney out. Guaranteed. I just feel like, shouts out to Devin, though. You do your thing. Like, I have no problem against you, bro. But we talking business right now. I will knock Devin out for sure. For sure.
You don't think he's hitting a little harder at 47 than he was at 35 and 40, growing into that weight? That's a no. It looked like it. To us, Keyshawn.
To me.
Davis said he wouldn't feel pressured by Haney's offense because he doesn't see genuine knockout power, insisting he could walk Haney down and dictate the pace, while arguing that Haney's move up in weight hasn't proven he can hurt naturally bigger fighters, as the added pounds haven't translated into heavier shots, leading Davis to believe he could push the action without fear and eventually stop him, with his aggression and physical strength as the difference, maintaining that Haney has yet to show consistent finishing ability in higher divisions while he views himself as a fighter who breaks opponents down over time.
A bright enough star that he'd be willing to take, because as a businessman, risk reward. You think you bring enough to the table that he'd want to take the fight? He would take the fight.
Hopefully, bro. I hope he would take the fight. In terms of answering your question, a bright enough star, He's already entertaining me on Twitter and social media and stuff like that. So I guess he sees some money potential in this fight right here. But what I would like to do is I would like to become champion, because that just speaks for itself. Once I come to champion with the table, you can't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know me. People know me. I can go to the UK and sell. Like, I can go anywhere and sell. My first main event, I sold 10,000 tickets. I sell. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's entertaining me, because I am a star. But when I come with that world title, whether I beat Dalton Smith or I go move up a weight and beat Lewis Crocker, once I come with them world titles, it's just a different story.
Yeah, I love the fight.
And I also feel like, let the fight build too.
Fans keep asking the same question. When will Devin Haney actually send Keyshawn Davis a real offer? As of now, there's no publicly confirmed contract, with Haney acknowledging Davis as a possible opponent and hinting he's on the list, but the timing appears tied to upcoming fights, rankings, and business decisions rather than urgency, since boxing negotiations often move slowly due to purse splits, weight classes, and promotional agreements, leaving Davis actively pushing for the matchup while Haney keeps his options open, making the fan curiosity understandable, though for now the fight remains in the talking stage, not the paperwork stage.
Keyshawn Davis keeps savagely calling out Devin the Dream Haney, and I gotta simply ask, bro, what offer at? What offer at? Devin Haney fans love that A-side, B-side. Well, A-side got to send the offer. Hey, bro, but Devin got a rematch clause with Camboso. It don't matter. Send the offer and prove that he really got a rematch clause. Say, bro, Devin Haney already announced his fight with Regis Prograis. It don't matter, bro. Send the offer and prove that he really fighting Regis. Well, Devin Haney fan. Devin should be sending Keyshawn Davis an offer, right? Right? Let me know what y'all think. Smash like, sub up. I'll see y'all soon.
Keyshawn Davis has been unusually outspoken about Devin Haney, going as far as to suggest Haney is softer than fans believe, and after publicly calling him out and pushing for the fight, Davis has doubled down by arguing that Haney's skills won't hold up once they meet in the ring, claiming Haney lacks real punching power at higher weights and has yet to prove he can physically impose himself on bigger opponents. Remarks that effectively question Haney's toughness and grit as a fighter while positioning Keyshawn Davis as a genuine threat.
He got with steroids and it changed his whole career. It changed how he talked, it changed everything. So us seeing Devin Haney doing all of this with a person that had 0.1 estrogen, and we all seen that Ryan Garcia was still in there getting tired. It's like, bro, I'm sorry, there's no other word to put this. You're a bitch. Excuse my language. That's how I feel. You're soft. You don't know how to take your L's. You a person that been given everything all your life, a daddy's boy, making sure you've been straight all your life, and now you took your first loss. I feel like you don't really not take it. Granted, I wasn't in there fighting Ryan Garcia, but you asked me how I feel. You just took it always and suing and all that extra. I feel like, bro, you saw.
Keyshawn Davis has been making waves recently, with his dominant win over Jermaine Ortiz serving as the latest example. In his junior welterweight debut at Madison Square Garden, Davis controlled the fight and secured a 12th round TKO, the first time Ortiz has ever been stopped in his professional career. His performance showcased a perfect blend of patience, pressure, and power, allowing him to finish the fight on his own terms. The victory not only preserved Davis's unbeaten record but also cemented his status as a rising force beyond lightweight, proving his skills and physicality translate well at higher weights. After the fight, Davis immediately looked ahead, calling out Devin Haney and making it clear he wants that matchup next, with momentum and confidence on his side, sparking discussions among fans about a potential Davis vs. Haney showdown as one of boxing's biggest fights of 2026.
Keyshawn Davis goes out and dominates Ortiz, beats him pillar to post, and knocks him out in the 12th round. 11th round body shot put him down, 12th round body shot took him out. I was really impressed with Keyshawn that night. How about you?
Yeah, no, I was impressed because Ortiz was a handful, and I think that's the best I've seen Ortiz fight. We know that he's a championship spoiler, right? If you're not careful with guys like Ortiz, they can win quiet rounds, and next thing you know, you're in trouble in the later part of the rounds. This fight could have turned out that way, but Keyshawn never allowed Ortiz to play the spoiler. and he closed the show. If Keyshawn wouldn't have got that knockout in the end, then I probably would have picked apart that performance a little bit and been like, you know what, man, Keyshawn wasn't at his absolute best. He could have done this. He put it in another gear. It was a big moment, a big stage, but he closed the show, and he never let the spoiler play.
At 147 pounds, the stakes are even higher. Analysts note that in today's boxing landscape, belts matter less than star power, style, and fan engagement. Keyshawn Davis brings Olympic pedigree, sharp skills, and relentless pressure, while Devin Haney offers technical brilliance and proven championship experience, creating a stylistic clash that promises fireworks. Some frame it as Davis hunting down Haney, refusing to back away from the challenge, with Bill Haney guiding Devin and Davis eager to prove himself. The promotional buildup alone could rival any unification bout, and by summer 2026, this fight is expected to be one of boxing's defining moments.
Of course, the performances that Keyshawn Davis has is really more entertaining than the performance that Shakur Stevenson had. You're talking about Shakur Stevenson intact in the 135-pound division, but as Keyshawn kept emerging, he was already a conversation of Shakur, Keyshawn, Davis, Keyshawn. Of course, we got Andy Cruz going to be facing Muradaya on the 24th, but look like that fight is not gonna happen. The primary fight for Keyshawn Davis now, in my opinion, is Devin the Dream Haney at 147 because that's his plan. The primary fight for a Devin Haney, in all actuality, should be now a Keyshawn Davis. If Keyshawn Davis is willing to fight you and they call in and Devin Haney and Bill Haney, shout out to Bill Haney, who's done a wonderful job as a manager, they say that they depot, well, Keyshawn Davis is Craig, and Keyshawn Davis is running towards Debo.
Bruce Carrington weighed in on Keyshawn Davis' impressive 12th round stoppage of Jermaine Ortiz and the subsequent call-out of Devin Haney, calling it a really good potential matchup. He emphasized that while Haney holds the experience advantage, Davis brings strength, skill, and versatility, highlighting that Davis is forming at a high level, stopping fighters who had never been stopped before, including Ortiz, a legitimate and dangerous competitor who has given top-level fighters trouble. Carrington also noted that Davis looked fresh and in control even in the final round, demonstrating his stamina, ring IQ, and composure under pressure.
So Keyshawn Davis, you know, he stops Jermaine Ortiz in the 12th with a body shot, but then calls out Devin Haney. You know, what's your thoughts on that? I was just listening to the Twitch. Actually, you posted up a Twitch of what is it? Aiden Ross.
Yeah.
He was talking about you. He was like, "Yo, who's that dude from New York?" He was nice. Jacob was like, "Yo, shoot."
Yeah, that was cool. You know, big shout out to Aiden Ross. Hopefully we could.
But in that same line, he said, you know, that the Keyshawn Davis and Haney, it seems like it's going to be put together. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
That's a really good fight. I do feel like Keyshawn has a great chance at, doing well in that fight. I think that Devin has the experience on his side, but Keyshawn has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and he's looking strong. He's looking really strong his last few fights. And he made a point, I think, in his post-fight interview. Like, a lot of people not giving him credit for his last few wins. Like, he's been stopping guys that's never been stopped.
Carrington also addressed the size difference, noting that Devin Haney is naturally bigger, but emphasizing that Keyshawn Davis is no small fighter either, especially as he moves up in weight, framing the potential fight as a closely contested, 50-50 matchup when it comes to experience and technical skill.
And Jermaine Ortiz is a legit fighter. Legit. And he's never been stopped when Keyshawn did that. You know what I mean? And looked fresh in his profile too. And he had total control of that whole fight against a guy that's given Teofimo trouble, Lomachenko trouble. That just shows you the type of level that Keyshawn is on. So I don't think that him fighting Devin is a reach whatsoever. That's gonna be a solid fight.
Who you have winning that fight?
I genuinely don't know. I do think that Devin is a naturally bigger guy, but Keyshawn's not that small though. I ain't front. Like Keyshawn, even though he's going up in weight, he's not that small. I think the that's a tough fight. I ain't gonna lie.
Carrington believes Davis may possess a deeper bag of tricks and underappreciated abilities that could make the fight highly competitive, expressing overall respect for both fighters while highlighting that Davis has the talent and tools to make the matchup exciting and unpredictable.
People might, go to Devin and go his route because, they're more familiar with Devin. He's as big as he is as a fighter. That's a 50-50 fight in terms of experience and who got the deeper bag. I think naturally Keyshawn has the deeper bag.
Do you think Keyshawn Davis has what it takes to beat Devin Haney when they finally step into the ring? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.